Hey guys, I just wanted to hop on here and give a quick testimony about how good God is and how He does hear us and how He's still a miracle worker, just like He was in the biblical days. He's still that same God. So recently I just been dealing with some financial struggles about not about like clothes and food and things like that, but it's more of like financial stuff that I have to handle on the back end. So anyway, I woke up 2 days ago and I went into prayer like normal in the morning before I go to work. And I just cried out to God and I just told Him, that I'm so tired of dealing with this financial struggle. And I just asked Him to help me like I always do. But this time I asked Him to help me with it. And I just cried out to Him. And then after I said it, I said, God, I'm leaving it in your hands. But I really need help and it has to come quick. So I cried, I let it all out, and then I did my normal daily prayer just for protection and guidance and things like that, and then I went to work. Well, this particular day, we were doing a Christmas office party at my job, and we ended up exchanging gifts that we bought for each other, and everybody had one person, and they just did an exchange. And then the doctors gave us like an envelope. They usually always do, and they put like a Christmas card in there or whatever. And that was it. So I got my stuff and I took it to my car and I was going to put it in the trunk. And something was like, open it. So I looked and saw what I got, which was, I did get this bag, which is so nice. And then on the inside, there was another envelope. So I opened it up, y'all. Why was it $800? And it was not a bonus, because that's going to be on my check, which it might not be a lot. And I know I get holiday pay. It wasn't a bonus. It was $800. I literally cried out and said, God, thank you so much. And I was so shocked. Like, I had my hand over my mouth. I was just like, oh my gosh, you just answered my prayer from this morning. And during this time was lunchtime. We did it during lunch. And y'all, I felt overjoyed. I felt like, God, you really heard me this time. I do want to highlight one thing that I did in prayer. I cried out to Him like I told you, but I did reference His word. So like I went back to Malachi 3:10 and it talks about tithing, and I do tithe. But this last time I wasn't able to tithe. So I was telling God, it's like, I'm always tithing, but I don't see the storehouse for me, financially. But I know it spiritually. I received this Malachi 3:10, but financially I don't see it, God. And I've been giving. And I want to give. I want to give my tithe. I feel good doing it. I feel like I'm doing what's required of me, right? But I was like, I just don't see it coming back to me individually. Like over my household, yes. Like over my husband, yes. Like we're blessed. But like for me, I needed this extra money and I wanted God to help me with it. So y'all, $800. So you can't tell me that God does not hear us. He cares so much for us. And just like it says in Matthew 6, I want you guys to read Matthew 6:33. And it just talks about, how He cares for us so much, y'all. And we shouldn't worry about tomorrow. We shouldn't worry about what it brings. Just know that He's going to provide. And the last thing I want to say, another doctor that I work with on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, he told me after I found out I had that money, I just came back into the office, clocked back in, and he was like, hey, come here. And I went to the back, and he gave me $100 on top of the $8 that another doctor and his wife, which are the owners, gave me. Y'all, I feel so blessed. I had to pray over it. I said, God, teach me how to utilize this money to do something where I can get a ROI, return on my investment. I need to invest. Teach me money principles, things like that, to help me get out of this snag that I'm in, living paycheck to paycheck. So I just want to encourage you guys that God still answers. He's a miracle worker. He loves us. He cares about us. And I wrote down in my diary everything that happened. And the title is The Day God Heard Me. Because I feel like he hears me all the time. But this day, He really answered quick. So quick and fast that my head swam. So I just want to encourage someone who's going through financial struggles and they feel like, you know, they can't do it. You don't have to do it on your own. Give it to God and say, God, I'm telling you I need this. I'm leaving it with you. I'm leaving it with you. I need you. And don't always just go to him when you need things. That's another thing. I do want to add that. But he is there and he listens. So be encouraged. Read Matthew chapter 6. You can read the whole chapter. It just gives you insight. And y'all be blessed. And keep God first. Everything else will be added. All right. Bye-bye.